The impact of science and technological change, examining social inequality and social justice, investigating issues, a very diverse range of issues: gender, race, religion, aging, health, urban smart cities or urban development. So my own research focused on the political economy of food and land, as well as international migration. We, as a sociologist, are often involved and embedded in the society we study. Many of us, besides doing our research, we also got involved in non-academic activities and also writing for others. Okay. For example, we give talks and seminars to non-academic audience, as well as write commentaries on public issues. Sometimes when you browse Straits Times News or other news outlets, you might find some commentary written by or contributed by our faculty members. Yeah. Okay. So our students are also very interested and active, engaged in social issues beyond the classroom. Okay. In this way, sociology actually has a very deep connection to society. It's a discipline that is both theoretical and also action-oriented. So we have a lot of opportunities or chances to involve, to engage the broader society. Our student culture is warm, enthusiastic, respectful, and mutually supportive. All of you come in as a sociology major, right? So you come in as a sociology major, and you will spend significant time together taking core courses, particularly in the first 2 years. So that's why you will get to know each other very well and have many opportunities to work together on group projects and also in the class discussions. So a lot of courses, the instructors, our professors will ask you to do the group project. You have 4 small groups, like 3 or 4 students or 2 students. So, and then you get a chance to work together. Okay. We also have a student-led organization. We have Sociological Society. They also regularly organize activities and provide support for our sociological students. I'm also often invited to these activities and also share ideas or thoughts or discuss with the students. Okay. So now I would also like to share a few thoughts on how to study sociology as the undergraduate students. Okay. Just my perspective. So, and other faculties, they may have their own views, their opinions, and so you should talk to them as well. Okay. First, very important is to make a study plan for yourself. As I mentioned before, sociology, so sometimes people ask, what is sociology? What does sociology do? And what does sociologists study? What do sociologists study? Okay? And then you will come up with a lot of answers. It's a very broad discipline, and we study very diverse topics. And this means you have a lot of options, right, when you choose. But it also means you need to make choices. Okay? You need to make choices which direction you would like to focus more effort on. Okay? So sometimes you really would like to study like migration issues or sustainability issues or this. So actually you intentionally choose these modules or courses in these areas. Okay? So that's why it's important for you to make a study plan. Of course, the structure is pretty fixed, but you have some space. Later we'll see you have some space to make your own options, including like doing the minors, even doing a secondary major. Okay, so that's why you need a plan first. Okay. Second, you should actively expose yourself to social issues in Singapore and also in other countries. So this will help you formulate ideas and write essays for your coursework and exam. But of course, not only for that, right? So and then you get the awareness of these social issues, very important public issue, particularly in Singapore or also in other places. And then this is something you can relate to what you have learned in the classroom, right? When you learn these theories, sometimes very abstract, very were sometimes very boring. Sorry about it. But when you relate these theories to these examples, to what we have observed in the society, then you will have much better understanding of the content you have learned in the class. Okay? So you can read newspapers, you can follow online discussions and participate in some interest groups. So there are a lot of opportunities for that. Another point I would like to share is to force yourself to think and to write, okay? And share your classroom, share your ideas in the classroom and also outside. I understand that writing is a bit difficult, you know? Particularly in the beginning, writing is hard, but you should force yourself to write. And also we have a lot of opportunity, a lot of assignments or essays for you to write. So it's and also force you to think when you write, when you read all these papers, academic papers, you also think to relate to your own experience, right? So we actually have some of you might know there's a famous book, many years ago called Sociological Imagination, right? When you actually read the article, read the books, so you're actually like emerging, right? How this relate to my own experience? How this relate to my, what I observe in Singapore or what I observe in other places, right? So this is quite important for you. Sociology as a discipline is quite broad. Not only broad in terms of the topics. A lot of topics we study can be a lot of things, okay? But also very broad in terms of skills. So when you come in, you learn a lot of skills, right? So we have, I think, quite a large number of method courses to train you how to conduct research, okay? How to analyze the data. So we have this qualitative data collection and also quantitative data collection. So actually you need to, so we have a lot of opportunities for this, and also we have writing assignment, and also you have opportunity to present all this in front of the classroom, okay? So that's why you also need to choose among these skills. So what kind of skills would you like to specialize in? Particularly nowadays, for example, quantitative data. If you would like to work in that, you would like to know more about this quantitative software or statistical softwares. So you need to think about it, whether I should specialize in this, and then you will devote more effort to learning these skills. Okay, so we are. So that's why sociology is a very interesting discipline, right? So you're not only doing this textual analysis, you're not only reading the books, but also you need to deeply engage in this empirical research. Okay? You need to have these tools and skills. And these tools and skills are actually very important, also required in today's labor market, the job market. So in the future, you'll find these skills actually very useful. Okay? So that's the point I would like to share. And the last one, just try to learn some practical skills. As I just mentioned, so sociology is not only about theoretical, it's not only about academic, but also about the practice. Okay? You need to practice sociology. Okay? You need to know all these tools and also skills, like how to collect data, how to design a research project, and also how to analyze the data. Right? How to, based on the data, how to come up with the hypotheses and also in the end reach your conclusion. So these are all very important skills, particularly in this kind of area, right? We now emphasize a lot of these digital skills, AI, even the data analysis skills. So these actually have opportunities to learn, also to learn in sociology. But also, we would like also to emphasize qualitative skills is also very important. How to conduct interviews, how to do this using software to analyze this qualitative data, like text, like content, newspaper contents, etc. So all this. So I would like to suggest you, over the 4 years, you at least learn at least one software, okay, very well, and then either analyzing qualitative data or analyze quantitative data. Okay? So and then later you will find it will be very useful. Okay. Okay, I think that's all to when I introduce sociology and also introduce sociology program. Okay, so finally, I wish all of you a fulfilling, stimulating, but also joyful journey at NTU in the next 4 years. Okay, thank you. Any questions? If no question, I'm going to start this curriculum talk. Okay. Okay, this is the structure of our school's curriculum. So I think you already saw it in the morning, some of it, but it's not here, sociology. Okay. So first, you see you need to have like 3 components in terms of curriculum. First is sociology courses. Okay? Sociology courses. Second, still, sorry about it. Okay. Second component is ICC, called Interdisciplinary Collaborative Core. And the third component is broadening and deepening electives, called BDE. Okay? So you already know about ICC and also BDE. But in sociology, specifically for sociology major, so we have 2 kinds of courses. So one is major course. The other one is major prescribed electives. So major courses are mandatory, so are required. So you have to take all these major core courses. And the major prescribed you can select, but you need to fulfill a certain number of the MPEs, so major prescribed electives. Okay? So as a sociology major, you must complete in total 125 academic units. Okay? For the sociology, major requirement is 69 academic units. For the ICC, I see divided into like 2 categories. For the first one is 14 AUs. The second one is 11 AUs. And then you also have this Care 7 Learn account for 3 AUs. Okay. The last, broadening and deepening electives, BDE, in total, account for 28 AUs. So on the one hand, you need to fulfill this number of AUs, but on the other hand, you also think about AUs as the budget. So you have 125 AUs, and you would like to use these AUs, particularly the BDE AUs, right? So you can use it for minor, for the major, for the secondary major, also for other purpose. So you think you should use them wisely and to allocate your AU to the courses, right, you would like to take. We have 4 levels of courses, okay? 1,000 level, 2,000 level, 3,000 level, 4,000 level. So usually we start with 1,000 level, and we also, at each level, we have core courses, major PEs, prescribed electives, and also later I'm going to talk about the graduation project. Okay, so these 2. So at the 1,000 level, you have this one. You need to take 1 course. This is a core. Okay, 3 AUs, and the major PEs is 6 AUs, 2 courses. Okay, and for 2,000 level, there are 2 required courses, and then you have to take. You have to fulfill 15 AUs, and usually you can take the 5 courses from all these PE courses. Okay? And the 3,000 level and the 4,000 level. So these are the numbers for you number of courses for you to take. Okay? And then we also have a graduation project. So you have to reach a certain CPGA, a certain number of CPGA, I think it's 3.91. Okay, and so you're eligible to take graduation project. So if your CGPA is lower than that, If it's not too low, then you can appeal to do the graduation project, but also this subject to the approval. Okay? If you are not doing graduation project, and then you are going to take two additional 4,000 level courses, because graduation project counts for 8 AUs. So the 2,000 level courses are also exactly the same number of AUs. Okay? So this is, so as you can see, for the core courses, there are 19 AUs in total. And for the PEs, we have 42 AUs in total. Okay? And then graduation project is 8 AUs. So together it's 69 AUs for sociology major. Okay? So in total, the sociology single major, right, must complete 125 AUs. So sociology major requirement is 69, and ICC common core is 14. ICC, another like professional series, is 11. So then you will see this, all the distribution of the AUs across these 5 categories of courses. Right? The last one is the BDE, 28 AUs. Right? Why is coming back? Did I move back? Sorry about that. Okay, yeah. Now, just now we talk about the sociology. As I move back to the former slide, sorry about it. Okay, because I'm still not very used to this pointer. Okay, so the first, this is about ICC. So the first category of ICC, you will need to take all the courses. Okay, so you have this inquiry communication in the different world. Ethics and civics in a multicultural world, career design, workplace readiness in the VUCA world. So anyone know what the VUCA means? Okay. VUCA means volatility, uncertainty, C, complexity, A is ambiguity. So but anyhow, it's just a very uncertain world. So you need to, what do you need to do, okay? This. Okay. So this, the first category you must take everyone, okay? But actually the second category called ICC Professional Series, you also need to take, actually three of them was required. But the second one, digital proficiency, so you have the option to choose one course from a pool of 3 courses. Last one is care, serve, and learn. I think it's already introduced and in the morning, so I will not go further here. Okay, now. So now come to the BDE, okay, broadening and deepening elective, okay, requirements. So BDE AUs can be used for all these things. For completing a minor program, so you need 15 AUs. And also for completing a second major program, about 35 AUs. To do undergraduate research experience, Eureka, right? I think for on the morning you already know what Eureka is, right? So actually you can select Eureka on the list of the research projects on the website. Then the clear courses during the exchange programs. So exchange program later, we'll talk about exchange program. Okay? Then to go on semester-long credit-bearing professional internship, this is all credit-bearing. Okay? So you can use this, the BDE AUs for all these purposes. Okay? Okay, now, year of study classification. So your year of study depends on number of AUs you have successfully completed. Okay? The first year, you are year 1 student, you should complete 29 AUs by the end of year 1. And for the year 2 student, you need to complete 64 AUs by the end of year 2. Okay, for example, if you only complete 28 AUs, even in your second year, you still count as a year 1 student because you have not complete the sufficient AU, okay, to move to the next year. Okay? So this is also the year, but also the level. Okay? So the year 3 and year 4. Okay? Now, the next is course exemption. So this is, I think, is very similar across the school. So that's why you got the information already in the morning. So you will be invited for the course exemption via emails by the end of teaching week 2. This semester, right? Okay, this semester. So we have invited. Okay. So any exemption granted are irrevocable, and any request to revoke exemption is not allowed. Okay. So for the poly students, poly graduates, so you can apply for up to 6 AU. And anyhow, for the A level, for the IB graduates, and also transfer students from other universities. So all this, so you can apply for exemption. But each student can only apply for exemption for 6 AU. So that's that. I think it's also standard across the school. It's also the same for the sociology major. Okay, course exemption. Yeah, application for the AU exemption must be submitted in your first semester of the enrolled school. AU exemption is optional, so you don't have to submit application for exemption. And no exemption will be given for the following course. So you cannot exempt from major course. You also cannot exempt from the major electives and also the ICC. So all these are required courses. So what you can exempt, I think, will count for your PDE, PDE, the academic AUs. So this is a summary of what I just mentioned. You may apply for up to maximum 6 AU exemption. Okay? So the number of AUs available for PDE will be reduced accordingly. Okay? So that's why you see the ADU for exemption will be taken from the PDE AUs. Okay, now let's move on to semester by semester guide. Okay? So what do you do in each semester? So which course to take and when to take the course. Okay? So the following slides are guide for which courses to take each semester. So there's some flexibility, but there's also you need to pay attention to the prerequisite for other courses. For example, you need to, if you would like to take this course, and you need to find out whether this course actually carries prerequisite, because you need to take the prerequisite courses first, so you can take this course. Okay? So this is one thing to bear in mind. Okay? So this is a guide for your curriculum planning. So this, you also see this in the morning, but this in the morning what you saw is economics, but now I'm showing this sociology. So we color-coded all different kind of courses and to distribute all these courses in each semester. Okay? So each semester you have some required courses to take, but you can also have some options you can make. Okay? So for example, for the first semester, so you are required to take like 3 required courses, right? Okay. So this is 101, and then you can choose 2 to 3 ICC courses. Okay. And you can also take 1 PDE course. Okay. So and then you can see the semester 2. Okay. So as you move along, as you will see, you are also moving along from the 1,000 level to 2,000 level to 3,000 level to 4,000 level courses, right? So you can see this progression. Okay? And then I think one thing very important is about internship. Okay? So and internship and also overseas exchange. I think one thing need to bear in mind is, so you cannot do. You shouldn't choose overseas exchange and summer internship consecutively, okay? Because if you choose overseas exchange in the Sem 2, for example, in semester 6, okay? The 6th semester, and then you would like to do the summer internship at the end of year 3. But the issue is, for some overseas exchange programs, you might not be able to come back in time to do the summer internship. So that's to be really careful to make sure you actually can do both. So that's why we do not recommend you choose. So if you would like to do some internship here and then overseas exchange would be like semester 5, right? Or you can do some internship first and then to go on overseas exchange in semester 6. Okay, so this is, and at the year 4 is particularly for most of our students, you are going to do graduation project. Okay, so you either do graduation project or you take 2 additional 4,000 level courses. Okay, so this is semester 7 and semester 8. Okay, at the same time, you also need to take other 4,000 level courses. So that's why be a little bit careful about the last year. So do not take too many courses because graduation project requires some time. Okay, require a significant amount of time and also effort. Okay, so do not stress yourself. Okay, any question about this for the curriculum planning? Okay. Okay, so this is a course assessment and a CBGA. So we usually have 2 components. One is continuous assessment. The other is final examination. Okay. Right. So particularly for the continuous assessment, we have following types of assessment. Okay. For example, you might be asked to do the project and papers. So a lot of courses will ask you to do the group project. Okay. And you also maybe also you asked to write journals and blogs, and to create a video, right? And also make presentation in front of the class or in the tutorial. Okay. And we also count class participation, right? So you should actively participate. And our faculty members, we are also trying to use diverse forms of participation. Okay. Like for example, you can vote, you can do the polling, and also ask you to ask questions, or even in the classroom, you might actually do small group projects together. Okay, have some discussions. Okay, among the small groups, and also the quiz. Okay, so these are the forms or types of assessment. Okay. Okay, CBGA. At the end of every semester, your result will be tabulated and summarized in your degree audits as your GPA and also CGPA. Okay, single year and also cumulative. Okay, so CBGA is cumulative. Your final CGPA will determine your class of honors. So we have several levels of class of honors: highest distinction, right, merit. Okay. So this is the CBGA range for different class of honors, right? So like 4.5 or 4 above 4 is like honors, okay? So this is also mentioned in the morning, okay? The freshmen, particularly for the first year, you got a freshman for your first year here. So up to 6-letter graded courses that did not make the pass grade will exempt from CPGA calculation. Okay? So that's why the school tries to make the first year a little bit easier, because the first year will be the transition, right? Transition year. Okay. Failed course will be recorded in your transcript, but the people will still can see that. Okay, flexible grading options. So up to 12 AUs on eligible courses. So you can refer to OAS website. Okay, flexible grading options. That means you can choose the courses you would like to have flexible grading options, FGOs. Okay, and I think the good thing now is you actually can see your marks first, and then to decide which course, which module would like to have this FGO. So that's why do not use all the 12 AUs, and you also can actually do the retrospect. Okay, so you can do the backward after you see your marks, and you still have some AUs not used for FGO, and then you can say, okay, I'm going to FGO that course. Okay. So that's why FGO is quite useful. You can use it strategically. Okay. And we have special term. Usually we do not have many courses during a special term from May to July. Short leave for absence, I think this is also covered in the morning. So you can apply for, you need to apply for short leave of absence, for the medical leave, and also if you have the longer leave, so you need to submit your application earlier. Okay. So MOE provides subsidized tuition fees for 8 semester. 8 semester is 4 years, right? So if you take 1 semester leave, okay, and then that means that 1 semester there's an extra semester. If you need like 9 semesters to graduate, and then you need to pay the full tuition fee from the 9th semester. Okay, so be careful to take that because there's some kind of financial implications. Okay, but of course, if you have to take it, right, due to various reasons, of course we have to take it, right? Okay, now graduation project requirements. Usually at the end of year 3, we will look at your CPGA and to determine whether you are eligible to do graduation project. Okay? Usually it's 3.9. If your CPGA is 3.9 and above, so you have to do graduation project. This is a requirement. Okay? Either you can do the individual GP, you can also do the team-based GP. Team-based GP, you can have like 2 members of the team, or 3 members of the team. Right? I think usually maximum is three members, right? So 2 members, either 2 members or 3 members. Okay, and if your CPGA is between 3.75 to 3.89, you can either choose to do 2 additional 4,000 level courses, or you can appeal to do the graduation project. But you are really interested to do it, so but this is subject to approval. Okay, unfortunately, if your CPGA follow below 3.75, and then you have to do 2 4,000 level courses, you're not allowed to do GP. Okay. So there are some requirements to do GP. Okay? So you must have complete 95 AUs. You must also complete all core courses, okay? At least, including also at least 7 sociology major PE, okay? Major prescribed electives. Okay? And you also have fulfilled compulsory internship. You already done like at the end of year 3 or at the end of year 2, right? So it's recommended students do not take more than 3 other courses during the first semester of your graduation project, because the first semester is quite intense. The work might be very intensive because you need to come up with the topic of your GP, and also you need to discuss with your supervisor about how to implement the graduation project, and you might be required to make revisions. Okay, because for some students, deciding on a topic actually takes some time. Okay, so we have timelines for this, and then so just do not stress yourself too much. So it's not recommended to do more than 3 other courses. Okay. Overseas exchange. Okay. The timing for overseas exchange either semester 1 or semester 2 in year 3. Okay. So you do not, just as I mentioned, do not opt for exchange and a 10 weeks internship in the same academic semester, or exchange in the year 3, sem 2, and 10 weeks internship at the end of the year 3, sem 2. Okay, just what I just mentioned. Okay. Major course and ICC courses are offered in year 1 and year 2. Okay, so that's why it's good to do the exchange in year 3. Right, we already complete all these major courses and also ICC courses, but maybe not 4000 level. We have 4001, 4002. We have not completed yet. Okay, but most of them already completed. Okay, you can also consider shorter some winter exchange, and just go a few months, like 2 to 3 months. Okay, so this also will make your schedule more flexible. Okay, after you have finished your overseas exchange, you can transfer the credits to the NTU. Okay, so you're responsible for the transfer of the credits. A maximum 6 courses or 20 AUs, whichever is fewer, can be transferred back to the NTU. Okay? So a maximum 3 courses will be counted for fulfilling major PEs, and only 2 major PEs at the 4000 level are allowed. So you cannot use it because we're trying to let you take sufficient level 4000 level courses. Okay? The third major PE should be at the 2000 level or 3000 level. So, okay. So important note. So these AUs will be pass and fail, okay? Non-graded. So it's also does not contribute much to CBGA, right? It's because it's a pass and fail. Okay. This is NTU graduation requirements. At least 60 AUs of graded courses like sociology, right, must be completed at NTU. And your residential period within NTU must be at least 3 years. Okay? All sociology major core courses and ICC courses must be completed in NTU. So these are all the required courses, right? Complete all the academic units. So these 4 conditions for you to graduate. Now, good habits. Okay? To make sure you are on track. So keep track of your progress. Check your degree audit regularly. So you need to be familiar with the progress you have already made. Okay, and what is enough, what is not enough. So and then you will make the planning, right, for the next semester. Okay, so inform UG office if there are any discrepancies. Use your NTU email account for all communications with NTU professor and staff. So we discourage you to use other emails. If you are in doubt, please check with UG office. Okay. So academic integrity. I think this also mentioned or emphasized in the morning. So we are going to emphasize it again. So we take academic integrity very seriously. So if you are caught cheating or plagiarizing, the penalty may include expulsion from the university. Okay? If you fabricate information, you will also face disciplinary measures. But we will tell you what counts as academic, plagiarism or academic kind of misbehavior. Okay? So plagiarism means representing someone else's work as your own. Particularly, I think a common mistake is you do not cite or reference properly. Okay? Particularly when you write your essays, sometimes you didn't put a quote, but actually this is the words from another article, from the book. Right? But actually, you need to put the quote in there. Okay? So meaning this is not what you said. Okay? What you contribute. Okay, now support him because Miss Ma Chai-ying is on leave, on maternity leave. So Yenjia here, she will cover her during her leave. We also have Miss Susie here. Okay, so they are also in. She's also in the UG office. Okay, if you have any questions, please feel free to approach them. Okay, they will answer your questions. Okay. Okay, now that's the end of the curriculum, sociology curriculum. Any questions? Any questions? Okay, so it's pretty clear, right?